Good morning and Shabbat Shalom from Yosemite National Park. In this week's Torah portion, the Torah discusses the laws of warfare. And the Torah says when you come against an enemy, you can only encircle them from three sides. Always leave a fourth direction for your enemy to be able to escape. Leave one side open. And Nachmanides explains that the reason for this war law is compassion. Do not lock your enemy in. Do not surround them from all four sides. Allow them an escape route so they can survive if they don't want to fight. However, Nachmanides then goes on to give a second reason for this law. And it's not out of compassion, but out of strategy. He says, leave one side open. Because if your enemy has no way to escape, they're going to fight as though their life depends on it, because their life will depend on it. If they have an exit strategy, they won't fight with all of their dedication. But if they have no way out, their back is against the wall, they're going to fight more fiercely, and therefore it will be more difficult for you to defeat the enemy. And this lesson is so true in all of our lives. When we have an opportunity to flee from the challenge in front of us, we don't face it head on. But when we know we have no other option, we have no other choice, then we give it all we got. We give it 100% dedication. People look at Israel and say, how could Israel face so many challenges? How could Israel face the enemy so head on as Israel has been doing in the past few weeks especially? And the answer is we have no other choice. We have no other home, as Golda Meir famously told Joe Biden. And therefore our life depends on it. I remember when we were on a synagogue trip in Israel this season, and we met with a beautiful family with 6 children, and the husband had just come back from Miluim, from being a reserve soldier, and he was going back the next week, and he was taking his Pesach Seder plate and Haggadah because he was going to be in Gaza for Passover, and his wife was going to remain with the 6 children at home. And I remember saying to him, it must be so difficult. How do you do this? How do you manage this? And he said, it's not difficult for me. He says, I'm fighting for my family. I have no other choice. I know what I'm doing. He says, I credit you because you chose to come visit us in Israel where you didn't have to. In life, we have to have complete dedication to what we're doing, and we have to act in a way as though we have no other options except victory. Failure is not even an option. And only with that dedication and mindset can we succeed. The world is watching the Olympics and a lot of things that are very problematic, especially this year about the Olympics. But one thing we could all learn from the athletes is that they approach their sport and their competition with complete focus and dedication. They give it 100%, and that's the way we have to wage battle, not military battle, but battling all the challenges and adversaries in our lives. We have to do it with only one goal in mind, and that is to go for the gold, complete victory. There's no other alternative except winning. There's a story told about a teacher who came to the Lubavitcher Rebbe. He said, I was offered a job to become a principal in a different school, and I'm thinking to take this new position. And then in conversation he said to the Rebbe, and in addition to that, my school told me that if it doesn't work out, they'll always hold a teacher position for me, so I could always go back to my teaching in the old school. And the Rebbe said, if you want to take this new job, that's wonderful. You want to advance in your career, you feel you could have a greater impact. But if you're doing it because you know you always have an option to go back to your old job, then don't take the new job. Because you're not going to succeed if you do it with a half of mindset thinking, well, I could always go back to what I've done if it doesn't work out. When you do something, do it 100%. Give it all you got. And there are no other options. Burn the bridges.